Your brain is a prediction machine. When you are under stress or when you feel irritation or urgency, it wants to fill in the missing data immediately. It wants to instantly snap shut on a solution. That speed is a highly effective survival reflex, but it is often counterproductive in management. Yielding to that rapid fix-it reflex causes a chain reaction. You jump in, solve the problem, and move on. Over time, your team learns to bring you every minor issue instead of thinking through it themselves. The result is a team of dependent employees reporting to an exhausted, overburdened manager. To break that cycle, you need a system that forces your brain to slow down. It requires exactly 3 steps: pause before you interpret, reflect before you respond, and ask before you advise. We are going to build a personalized coaching manager cheat sheet right now. Grab a blank piece of paper or open a new digital document. By the end of this exercise, you will have a physical tool designed to help you execute the shift from a manager who fixes things fast to one who helps the right thinking emerge. Write down your first rule. Do not solve anything in the first 3 minutes of a hard conversation. During this time, you are strictly limited to 4 things. Ask open questions, reflect back what you heard, name the issue neutrally, and summarize. This delay targets your brain's architecture. By holding back, you reduce amygdala-driven reacting. This gives your prefrontal cortex the time it needs to assess a situation rather than just defending your own position. Forcing this 3-minute delay certainly makes your employees feel heard, but more importantly, it is a self-regulation tool. It protects you from reacting poorly based on an incomplete story. Before we go further, we need to clarify what reflection actually is. Accurately repeating back an employee's concern is a tool for regulation. It is not a declaration of agreement. You can reflect someone's perspective perfectly without endorsing their conclusion. Below your first rule, create 3 new bullet points on your cheat sheet. Label them facts, feelings, and meaning. Let's apply those layers to a standard complaint. Imagine an employee comes to you and says, "She ignored my email and now I'm behind." Deconstruct the statement. Fact, an unanswered email affected a deadline. Feeling, frustration. Meaning, they feel unsupported. Synthesize this into one response. It sounds like the delay affected your work, and you feel unsupported. Did I get that right? Notice what happened there. You mirrored their internal narrative right back to them, without validating the unfairness of the ignored email. Proving they have been accurately heard is the fastest way to drop their defensive shields and prepare them to actually solve the problem. Next, draw a large T-chart on your page. Label the left column reactive and the right column coaching. We are going to translate 3 common manager instincts. Translation 1. Replace "why didn't you do that" with "walk me through your thinking." Translation 2. Instead of "that's not what should have happened," ask "what got in the way?" Translation 3. Instead of "here's what you need to do," ask "what options do you see?" The exact words matter, but your tone will dictate their success. If you ask "what got in the way" while sighing and crossing your arms, you will trigger the exact defensiveness you are trying to avoid. By systematically replacing statements with questions, you force the employee to process the data. They have to do the heavy cognitive lifting. You are physically shifting the workload off your shoulders and back onto theirs. At the bottom of your page, we are going to add the simplest listening framework available for your one-on-ones. It is called LARA. Listen without interrupting. Affirm and acknowledge the concern. Reflect back what was said, and ask to invite deeper thinking. To execute that final ask step, screenshot these daily conversation questions. What's going on? What's the hardest part? What have you tried? What options do you see? What support do you need from me? And what will you do next? Relying on a predictable, standardized set of questions ensures that ownership of the task remains with the person doing the work. The team leader guides the process, but the team keeps the ownership. Look at your page. You now possess a fully complete coaching manager cheat sheet. It is ready to deploy. Your assignment is to pick one normal, low-stakes conversation happening either later today or tomorrow and test these tools. In that meeting, you must operate within 3 strict behavioral boundaries. You will interrupt less, you will summarize their position once, and you will ask exactly one more question than you usually do. That is the entire scope of the test. When the meeting ends, take 1 minute to debrief yourself. Ask, where did I react? What triggered me? And which question worked best? When you slow down your response, you create the space to distinguish evidence from emotion. This clarity ensures that you address the actual facts rather than a projected story, which is the baseline for a fair process. That fairness is what builds the trust required for a team to perform at its best.